I was a freshman in high school, and the kids were relentless. They made fun of me a lot. I had to shower in the locker room with the rest of the kids. It was like I had a disease. The kids would stand over here, and I'd shower over here. I felt myself being picked up off the ground and slammed to the floor in the locker room and had my colostomy bag ripped off of me. Absolutely desperately crying for help. And I look, and there's our gym teacher standing there with his arms crossed. He shakes his head and turns and walks away. At that moment, I knew, my life has to change.
As a priest, I always felt that I was the caregiver, and I was the one who was supposed to be taking care of those who were sick. I never gave myself time to realize I was the one who needed help.
Everybody in life has problems. Everybody has a journey.
We all have journeys. Those of us with Crohn's disease, without Crohn's disease, with ileostomies, without. It's just that speed bump with a different label that you go through and you come out on the other side.
Life is definitely full of surprises. One minute you're up, next minute you're down. But it's how you deal with those that makes you the person you are.
The illness itself, Crohn's disease, crept up slowly. We weren't even sure what it was at the beginning. I was in denial. I didn't want to admit this Crohn's disease was getting the best of me and that I couldn't control it anymore.
I think I was in the 8th grade. It became very apparent how sick I was. I have memories of just laying on our brown velvet beanbag and never getting up, just being so tired and never eating and, just throwing up and just being really sick.
Quite honestly, I remember saying, I just don't want to bleed anymore. And that was the bottom line for me. I just didn't want to go through that anymore.
I don't know the exact number of surgeries that I had before I was 1 year old, but they really didn't expect me to walk. They didn't expect me to live a normal life. Doctors gave me about 2% chance to live to 1.
I had no control of my bowels. I had no control of the pain. And so you're trying to get control of something. It just seemed that the illness was always getting in the way somehow. I'd have afternoons where I really felt bad. I'd had to go to my room and take a nap or sit down for a while for fear that I was going to just lose it.
I got to be 20 years old, and I was actually away at college. That's when I was down to about 90 pounds. With the loose teeth, my hair was falling out. The doctor came in with the surgeon and said, we got to do something now.
It was life or death. Imagine I'm 8 years old, and when they came in to put the tubes in me, my stomach was 42 inches in circumference. There was no choice. It was, we either do it or he can't survive.
When a surgery like an ostomy comes along and really provides a great deal of relief, that is really a remarkable thing, because that's when your real growth can take place after that.
I knew that this contraption had saved my life. So, you really don't reject that. Was there, why me, and what's going on, and isn't there anything you can do to make this easier or better? Of course. That's human nature.
Freedom came with the ostomy surgery. It really did. My folks told me, now you can do anything that you want to do in life. And they asked me, what do you want to do? I said, well, Mom, Dad, I want a rodeo.
hate to say, I don't even realize I have an ostomy sometimes. I ran my first half marathon when I was 39. You can have children. You can get married. You can have a career. You can do all these things that you think you're never going to be able to do.
There are a lot of people out there in pain who are suffering, who have never heard the message that it can get better, that there is help, not to be afraid of ostomy surgery, and that it's okay to speak about it.
Nobody goes to the menu of life and says, I want Crohn's disease and an ileostomy. But sometimes those menu choices are what we're dealt and what we're served. And, you know, you make the best of it.
I want to live life to the fullest so I can show everybody else that even when you have something that holds you back, that has really put a crutch underneath of you, throw that crutch away and just run. And you just really have to, because I could use it as a crutch, but it's not. It's something that it's part of me and I'll live with the rest of my life, but it will never hold me back, ever.